I'll tell you what's crazy though. We got to put this Bob Dylan video up on Go Deeper.
Oh, for God's sake.
He says that the reason why he's still touring is because he made a pact with the...
He's a rambling geriatric. He doesn't know what's happening. He's got a pickle for a brain. He's just who knows? You put a microphone in front of his face. 1 second he says he's sold his soul to the devil. The next second he wants a new diaper. The next second he's probably thinks he's living in a dragon's stomach. He doesn't know what's happening.
He is not that old.
Oh, sure he is. His physical age and his mental age, there's a big gap between those two things. He's probably 70, but mentally he's like 115.
You think he's older mentally?
Yeah, he's sucking those smokes back. His lungs look like beef jerky.
You got to see this video.
I'm so sick of...
He says, I made a deal with the Great One. And then the interviewer is like, of this world? He's like, of every world.
Oh, great.
He's in charge of everything.
What are you, in the fucking Dark Crystal? Shut up, Bob Dylan. Shut the fuck up.
And he said he's trying to I'm trying to hold up my part of the bargain.
Oh, great. What is the devil going to send an attorney to your house?
I don't know. Don't you know about secret pacts?
What's your part?
He made a secret pact.
What's your part of the bargain, Bob Dylan? To torture audiences with your shitty voice and your fucking ego? Hey, I have an idea.
Why do you hate Bob Dylan?
Why don't you go...
He's like one of the greatest artists of our time.
Why don't you go take your pretentious banjo act back into the mountains and vanish from society for a while?
His sound is like, emotionally for me, that is like some of the greatest music. You don't get it. Not lo-fi enough for you, huh?
No.
It's too upbeat.
It's pretentious.
That's too upbeat for you.
I just don't want to hear. I don't want. Yeah, it sounds
too
terrible.
peppy for Duncan.
Sounds like a leather.
Duncan like someone who's like.
Sounds like an old wallet you found on the beach. Learned how to sing.
The third tier of heroin addiction.
It sounds like a meatball suddenly got vocal cords. I don't want to fucking hear that shit. You dick. Why'd you start smoking?
Meatball got vocal cords.
You know what they should put on cigarette packs?
Bob Dylan.
They should put on cigarette packs instead of warnings. You just press a button and hear Bob Dylan's voice.
He doesn't smoke anymore. He stopped smoking at Lay Lady Lay. That's why that's why it sounds so weird.
I am a big brass band. Another horrifying image is some woman laying on Bob Dylan's brass bed while his withered old geriatric body mounts her. Cigarette stink
his
in
penis is so small.
Cigarette stink in his breath, his quivering
Duncan,
purpley cock. I'm coming. Gross. Ugh.
He's great, Duncan.
Ugh,
you sound dumb right now.
The problem with getting... Oh, yeah, I know this. I know it infuriates Bob Dylan fans, but I saw this video of Bob Dylan riding with the Beatles. And have you ever seen that video of him riding with the Beatles and they're all making fun of him?
Yeah, why are they making fun of him?
Because he's an idiot. Because he's like taking on... I'm a hobo wandering the land. He's like taking on this wrestling persona or something. He's the hobo. Like he like goes down railroad tracks and like... Yeah,
God forbid an artist take on a persona.
I don't mind a persona. I mean, the Beatles had a persona and everything, but he just seems pretentious to me. I don't know. I can not like Bob Dylan. I used to like Bob Dylan.
Have you ever heard...
He was great for making mixtapes for girls I had a crush on when I was in the 9th grade.
Have you ever heard of Blood on the Tracks?
Yes.
You've heard that album?
Yes.
You don't think that's an inspired album?
Well, that must have been when he made his pact with the devil. Fucking moron. I'd love to see that negotiation. And you need another cigarette. I'm the devil. I'll give you a cigarette if you promise to perform until you die. No matter how awful your voice is, no matter how disgusting you are to look at, no matter how unintelligible your lyrics are, I want you to do that until you can no longer move, and I'll give you this cigarette. Sounds like a great deal, O Lord of all universes. Ugh. The 80s.
Having a hard time listening to Bob Dylan since he now all I can think of is him.
Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me.
A meatball. What did you say?
Meatball with vocal cords. I could go on. I can do 30 bad descriptions of Bob Dylan. 30, a shrunken head that can sing. A fucking, you know what he is? He's like what would happen if something that got stuck under your balls if you put a microphone in front of it and gave it a banjo. He's some oily thing that came out of the crevices. God, a lot of people got mad about that too. A lot of people sent me some videos of Dylan. Like, this is a good Dylan. Something from his movie, I'm Not There, which we could only wish.
I love Stevie Nicks, and she's like the voice of the 80s.
Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. What'd you do? Did you get shoe leather caught in your throat? Clear your fucking throat, man. No one told him he can clear his throat.
Duncan, no one's on board.
I can't clear my throat.
No one's on board.
I don't have the muscles in my throat. Can't clear it, man.
That's how he talks.
Is that him? Lamb a big brass band. Stay. Anyone can sing like Bob Dylan. Anyone getting strangled sounds like Bob Dylan. If you... You know what I would do if I was a serial killer? My serial killing would be I would take a tape recorder and strangle people and get them to sing Bob Dylan songs while I was strangling them, and then put that on an album and say it was unreleased Bob Dylan music, and people would think it was his shit. Fucking Bob Dylan. Here's one of my douche signs. If people start making fun of the Grateful Dead, I get a little pissed. I can't help it. It triggers something in me.
Yeah, it triggers the fact that you like them.
Yes, it does. I do. I can't help it. But I'll admit that it's.
But you can't be a man of reasonable taste and like more than 3 Grateful Dead songs.
Get the fuck out of town.
I'm sorry.
You get tarred and feathered for saying that in some parts.
By who?
It's Northern California.
Everybody agrees with me.
Northern California.
You're alone.
Everyone's alone in the world.
Nobody likes the Grateful Dead, Duncan.
Yes, that's not true. People do like the Grateful Dead.
Nobody likes them.
People do like the Grateful Dead. I'm not alone, baby. I'm a dark star.
Duncan.
That's a Grateful Dead song. Or is that an Avril Lavigne perfume?
That's Black Star.
Oh.
How do you know that? Black Star.
Black Star. Black Star.
Wait, Bob Dylan, our friend just told us today that they're doing a movie about the guy who Bob Dylan was impersonating.
Who's that?
I forgot his name. His name's like something Von Wrong.
Yeah, basically,
he has a bad name.
What happened is Bob Dylan, here's the story. I guess I just...
First of all, you're making it up.
No, I'm not. I intuited this. The story is Bob Dylan was hanging around outside a medical tent for like Vietnam War veterans, and somebody came out who had Agent Orange pumped into his mouth by the Viet Cong, and his vocal cords had gotten fucked up, and the guy came out and started coughing and wheezing, and Bob Dylan confused that as singing and started imitating that. And that's the story of Bob Dylan. That's how it started. He was inspired by a Vietnam vet who had a very bad vocal cord injury, and that's what this.
Anyway, someone's making a movie. Is it the Coen brothers? I don't remember who.
I think it's the Coen brothers.
I don't know if that's true, but someone's making a movie about the man who.
Dylan obviously ripped off. Had a really good friend, and he got influenced by the friend, and the friend, I'm sure he stabbed him in the back or did something.
Well, not everyone has,
Has what?
Monster ambition.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but yeah, I don't know.
Dylan clearly had that. He saw Joan Baez on TV and like ran to go meet her, like went to her house and started doing her shows and dated her and then like dropped her.
Oh God.
What?
Joan Baez has bad taste.
She probably still wants to hump him.
Ugh.
I'd fuck him.
You'd fuck him now? You'd fuck Bob Dylan now. Because you're allowed. You are allowed. Bob Dylan, if you're listening to this is an open invitation. You get to fuck Natasha Leggero.
No, maybe not now.
Oh, now. No, now.
No, maybe not now.
Now, I'd love to see that old, scraggly old piece of beef jerky tremble and climb on top, wheezingly climb on top of it, smelling like 100 years of cigarettes, smelling like an ashtray at the bottom of a French canal. That's what he smells like. Just some oily, stinky mixture of...
How come you like everyone from the 60s except him?
I don't know.
You said you don't even think he was on drugs.
Bob Dylan?
Because we were listening to Donovan, you're like, this is good. Bob Dylan's not good.
Donovan can control the weather.
See, you already got 2 counts against you, Duncan.
Make scabies.
Burning Man and Grateful Dead. You can't keep touting that stuff. We're going to lose listeners.
I backed off of Burning Man. I'm not going to back off the Grateful Dead. It was a great place to score acid. It was a safe place to trip
Grateful
out.
Dead is not a place.
What?
A Grateful
Dead is a place, man. It's the place in your mind.
But do you like that music?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when you hear something like Donovan, you hear it's melodic and it's got nice lyrics and the song goes somewhere.
You never heard Sugar Magnolia?
That is like one of the only good songs, maybe.
Dedicated to marijuana? You don't even know it.
You just like the music because it's dedicated to marijuana.
She comes skimming through rays of violet. She can wait in a drop of dew. She don't come, I don't follow. Waits backstage while I sing to you. See, I can...
But if you're making love songs about marijuana...
I like the Grateful Dead because we both have the same vocal skills. I could have been a lead singer in the Grateful Dead. God, that would have been fun. They had it made, man. They
Do the songs ever stop, or is it just like a ball of music, like that just kind of just...
It's like you.
Do they ever have to like?
This is a concept. Here's the idea, and this is what people don't understand. All the naysayers and all.
There's no hooks. It's just like follow the music.
All the
follow the music.
Naysayers with their ears, With their
ears. Yeah, sorry, we all have ears. That's the only thing getting in the way of the Grateful Dead are ears. Grateful Dead would be great if there were no ears.
These naysayers with the ability to hear
Just admit you know it sucks, but you have a romantic attachment to it because you love marijuana.
No, it is not because I love marijuana. It's because a lot of their songs are really pretty.
I like that song you gave me. It's called
If My Words
Box
Did
of
Glow.
Rain.
Oh, that song makes me cry every fucking time.
Well, that's when they were writing a song. Like, I don't like that whole like.
Look out of any window, any morning, any evening, any day. See, I could sing in that band, and I'd probably be too good a singer. Maybe the sun is shining, where birds are singing, oh, rain is falling from a heavy
What's that song
sky.
about? That's a pretty song.
It's about somebody's dying parent. It's about sitting with your dying parent and helping them make the transition from life into death. What do you want me to do?
That's an interesting idea in music, like the muse. Like, you can't always talk about. That's what you said today when we were playing that Hallelujah song. If you just break one guy's heart,
he's gonna make a lot of money.
If he's a musician,
like that's why every time fucking Morrissey gets his heart broken, he hears that cash register sound. Ching! Every time Morrissey gets his heart, so many of his songs are about being brokenhearted. So many songs are about being brokenhearted. So many songs are about humans trying to mate and it didn't work. It's either like, I want my mate back. My mate left me for another mate. It's just it's monkey stuff. It's like monkey reproduction stuff, but we get really hooked on like.
Well, I think that different genres have they have acceptable muses for that genre.
I couldn't pick enough termites from the termite mound, and my lady left me for the alpha male. That's what I'm just saying if monkeys sang love songs. I guess that she's in heat tonight, but I don't know where she is 'cause I'm lost in the jungle.
You know, like it's the same thing, but the way we.
Well, that's why humans are able to produce art and animals aren't.
We sing songs like.
We sing all types of different songs.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? That's like a bird being like, I raised my tail feather and did the mating dance, but you mated with another sparrow.
And every breath you take was...
Yeah, exactly. That's not my egg.
What kind of name does a sparrow noise does a sparrow
That's
make?
not my egg in your nest. You found another sparrow to impregnate you. Now I'm looking for worms and alone. It's just like it's like all.
You guys, that was to the tone or the melody of Hallelujah.
No, it wasn't. That was a new song. I wasn't Hallelujah. I could sing more sparrow love songs, but every in the entire spectrum of existence, most forms of organic life are just so obsessed with the mating process that that's all that's going on.
How about that Bessie Smith woman? We were listening to her last night.
I'm sick of that shit.
Gotta get another jelly in my roll. Put your bacon into my bowl. Oh, I gotta get a little sugar in my pussy.
She didn't. Well, someone started doing that, but those songs are all like basically, this was during a time when you had to make silly and like.
My cabbage is hot.
Yeah. My mailbox is full with the mailman's letters. Hope he comes back again and delivers some mail into my mailbox again.
Mr. Electrician, my wires need fixing.
Yeah.
You gotta plug it into my plug. I don't know. That's a really bad one.
The plumber brings his pipe over night and day.
Yeah, there's something about a plumber.
I'm clogged. He clears my clogs again. It's gross. It's like kind of guttural, gross sort of ways to talk about sex. I liked it in the beginning, but then what style of music is that?
It's just 1920s jazz.
1920
Female blues.
Female blues. They're just
Black.
You're my beekeeper, make my honey run. It's just like
Go on to Pandora and do Bessie Smith, and everyone will like it.
Yeah, it's good at first.
It's no touch of gray.
But then okay. But then out of the blue.
Maybe you'll be able to palate it.
But then out of the blue, one of these singers stopped using these analogies when we were listening, and all of a sudden,
she was like, "Stick your cock in my mouth," but it's from the 20s. She's like, "I want to get rammed, rape me." I gotta find out that song. I wrote it down because it was so funny.
No, yeah, it's like Pandora. I got the feeling Pandora had messed up because they were just picking.
No, it was a woman from the 20s who was like dirty.
Can you be
what was her name?
Can you be that?
If anyone knows what her name is, please. It's like Deb.
Stick your balls in my mouth, make me shit, cause you fuck me so hard. She really did say,
I know.
Fuck me so hard, I shit.
No, and then she said, rape. Did she say rape me
I think that's how it
so
ends.
I'll shit again?
The cap on the song. That's the name of the song. Rape me so I can shit again. Rape me so I can shit again. It's the grossest song.
That was just one song.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry that ruined Bessie Smith Pandora for you.
Get your fist in my ass.
Well, the reason why I was listening to that is because I liked the song on the end of that Beginners movie.
Tie my nipples together.
If anyone knows what song that is, could you let me know?
Strum them like a string.
It's called Got Me a Husband and I got me a man-child too. Got me a husband, got me a man-child too. So anyway, I typed that into Google and now it's just got like perverted sites coming up like a pedophile. Like, do you want a man-child?
What fucking site is that? Call the FBI.
It just says, no, like everything on Google is like man-child. Do you need a man-child? And it's like.
It's a man-child.
That's what I mean, I didn't know what this, I mean, the song.
Do you need a man-child?
It was like something like, I didn't want to be on that page.
Are you looking for a man-child? Did you lose your man-child?
Well, it's like fucking a 9-year-old, like a man-child.
What fucking sites are you on?
When you type in, got me a husband and I got me a man-child too. but the husband can't do but the man-child can't do what the husband can do.
So her complaint is she's got.
I don't know. I'd like to hear the song in its entirety.
I want to analyze these lyrics. She's saying, I've got a husband and a man-child too, but the man-child can't do what the husband can do.
Yeah.
So she's just like, I got a kid, but I can't fuck my kid.
Well, I
What's
think
a
she's just
fucking man-child? Sounds annoying.
It's probably a man who acts like a child.
A man-child?
It's probably her suitor or her affair, her lover.
Her lover's a man-child? What does he wear, diapers and a little ribbon or something when she comes over?
Maybe man-child. Maybe it wasn't man-child. Maybe it was like boy-child, man-boy. I don't know.
That's even worse.
It wasn't man-boy.
I'm sick of these sites you're on.
What? I was looking for the song.
You're gonna get your computer confiscated. You're gonna go to fucking jail. You gotta be careful.
That's why I didn't click on any of the things that came up.
That's like a country song. Don't talk smack to me, I raised a baby.
When did country music like kind of have that prerequisite of being funny? That is the one good thing about it. Like, it's corny funny,
yeah,
but it's always funny.
My give a damn's busted.
Here's a quarter, call someone who cares.
Here's a quarter, call someone who cares. I'm gonna comb my baby hair. I raised a baby, rode a cattle, on a cow and a truck in the desert.
I'm gonna beat you red, white, and blue.
I'm gonna beat you red, white, and blue.
It's all like kind of like bad network jokes.
'Cause I can catch it. 'Cause I can shoot a deer and run a trout line. A country boy will survive.
You ever heard that song?
No.
I can shoot a duck from 1,000,000 miles away. I can keep marriage away from people who are gay.
It's always been like that with the country music. Maybe it's like it's from their suffering, the comedy.
I can drink blood from an old raw
There's never like
hat.
a country fam, like, you know, country people who are like born in mansions.
I put on lingerie and a belt around my neck. I can masturbate while I strangle myself. Country boy will survive.
Which one's that, Duncan?
You've never heard that?
No.
Wear a cowboy hat when I dance on my baby. Country boy.
Sounds good.
No, it's like this kind of ominous. There's different types of country. There's spooky country where the banjo comes in like, Devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for us. They have that kind of like, some country music gets creepy and serious. Like it's some country music, like real country music, by the way, is awesome. Like Johnny Cash, come on. That's
Or the Carter family.
fucking incredible. I'm talking about the
I love that stuff. I could sing that all day.
Oh, it's so good. The shit that sucks is the minivan country. And we watched a baseball game, and then they ate fried chicken.
Or how about that
Sun was
10-year-old
setting in my kitchen.
who Kanye West told to shut up. What's that girl's name?
Taylor Perry. Or
Ugh.
Tyler Perry.
She is the worst.
I don't even know any of her songs. How does one of her songs?
I wear short shorts, he wears sneakers. Why don't you love me? Fakers.
That's the shit, man.
It's like that produced. What is the name of that fucking produced sound? It's in Lady Gaga. It's in fucking country music. It's in all music on the radio. What is that sound? I hate it.
I remember when Daddy mowed the lawn.
It's like Citibank is doing the mixing.
I remember watching Daddy mow the lawn. I remember how Grandpa had a yawn.
It's
and
not
I
the
remember
words.
my
It's the
childhood
sound.
every day.
What is that sound?
Remember the blue skies, they never go away. When I met your mom, I was out of Vietnam, a young little rebel with a fistful of
It's like that kind of shit. It's like sentimental.
And then we had you. Now you're gonna have kids, and they'll mow the lawn again and again, and that's the cycle of life, the cycle of love.
It's like
You could write country songs.
that
Duncan.
kind of shit.
The cycle of love. I love it.
I remember the dog running through the grass. I wish those days did never pass. Sleep so good till the morning came, but some things they don't stay the same.
Because then a disaster happens.
And the truck caught fire with our desire. Your mom's face got burned off on a funeral pyre.
I got paralyzed by a pit bull attack. Now I lay in my bed with a broken back. But you make me so happy, little girl. You're my baby, my daughter, my world. That's like every country song.
Like, why don't we sell that?
It's sold.
Do you have Toby Keith's email?
Toby Keith, I write. That would be so funny if I wrote all of Toby Keith's songs.
And you just make them as stupid as possible.
The only thing more blue than a Texas sky is the beautiful blue of my grandma's eyes. Granny, she caught Texas in her eyes. Texas plains and organic grains. We started a farm and things were never the same.
Oh, I know. You should do a song about your farm getting taken away by the rich people.
The tornado took my grandma away and the farm and everything. Then the rich people came and they cut out the land, made a swimming pool of my farm.
That one's not so good.
Okay, that wasn't so good.
We'll sell that one to that idiot Swift. You shouldn't be able to be famous till you're 30.
Used to be a... No, here's another one. Oh, got it. Here's another one. This is another way country songs go. They like to talk about the way it used to be. You know what I mean? And then how it is now. You compare the two things. You know, like... how does it go? Like, used to be Atari, now it's an Xbox. Used to be telephones, now it's a cell phone. Wow, crazy world. Well, I can't keep up. Thank God that I got your love. It's like that kind of thing. Like, I'm boggled by the world. Or like it's someone in a hurry.
Well, it's also, like you said, giving a hand job to the demographic of like 55-year-olds.
Wake at 5 a.m., making coffee and diapers, wrap up the baby, don't fix the windshield wipers, get in your car with 3 dozen coffees, 6 babies in the back seat, gotta buy meat, and you drive to the work. It's like
now that's living.
Yeah. And that's living, and I love it, and my grandma's eyes are blue.
Keep your cell phone and fax to yourself. I don't want your emails and Twitter and crap.
Yeah.
I just want to be with my...
I don't want your email I don't want your email transmission. I just want a good conversation.
Oh, that could be a good one. Babe, you should start writing country songs. That would be so funny. If that's where you're...
That's just
I'm gonna write some out.
That's where I'm.
Because they have to be like as corny as possible. I have to get to the DMV.
All right, we gotta go to the DMV. Can't wait, guys. We gotta leave. We love you. So see you guys later. We love you so much. We hope that you stay in podcast touch. Tune in every night and day. Thank you so much. Is the least we could say. And we built that podcast from the ground, and we made that special podcast sound. Now your grandpa's got Alzheimer's disease, but I love living life. Was that one shitty?
I liked the one where you throw your cell phone away. That's a hit.
Throw your cell phone.
They need to have a song that like is the all our parents who are trying to learn how to text can relate to.
Throw your cell phone away.
There's a lot of ants.
Family today.
There's a lot of ants in the Midwest learning how to text.
Bye. You know, a family's a lot like a lawn. Take good care of it, and it'll pay you back. But if you don't water it, well, your neighbors will frown. Mama by the kitchen door, making coffee for the baby. Gotta mow the lawn today, pack the truck with wood. Thank you, God, I know my life's good. Saw a rainbow in my child's eyes, hope that baby never lies. Hope you dance and hope you sing, hope you wear a diamond ring. Given to you by a man you think is king, that will be your husband. I'll get old and wither and die. Little lady, don't you cry. Just look up into that sky. See me mow the lawn, mowing grass in heaven with your mom.
making coffee for baby Jesus. Oh, I know this is the reason that my life is so good. I love you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Most music in the 80s was really bad.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Like what?
Like, if you listen to 80s songs, every single one of them is, I'd say,
You wake me up before you
okay,
go,
there's some annoying songs.
Leave me hanging on
but
like
80s
a yo-yo.
music is so superior to the music now.
Turn
if you look at Billboard
around,
charts, can we look at a
bright
Billboard chart from 1980?
Every now and then I fall apart.
Please, could someone send us that?
And I need you now.
And then a Billboard
tonight.
chart from 2011.
And I need you more than ever.
And you could surely make a great playlist from 1982. I think.
We'll be holding on forever. We can make it to
song.
the end of the night.
Overplayed. I don't like overplayed songs.
Feel just like I'm walking
You know what
on
the worst music
broken
is?
glass. Do 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 do.
92.7 The Wave.
I am sitting in the
The
basement.
Wave plays I Heard It Through the Grapevine by Luther Vandross every 20 minutes. They had it on at my work.
I'd rather go to a party where Luther Vandross was playing than fucking turn
I just don't
around,
like the elevator
bright eyes.
Every now and then I fall apart.
Divorce songs.
Those are divorce songs from the 80s. It's what all our moms listened to.
That's why I hate it.
Tell the story of your mom listening to. What was the song she would listen to while you would be like
Turn around.
No, not that song.
That was that song.
No.
Is that Total Eclipse of the Heart?
It's another song you said that you'd be in the backseat of the car.
You name it. If there was a divorce song, I was in the backseat of a car listening to it. She would pick me up at the YMCA, listen to divorce music, drive her. I mean, it was a mess. When you were back in the 80s, people were getting fucking divorced. They were getting shitty haircuts. They were fucking losers in the 80s.
And they all had kids.
Dorks.
It was like 16 and pregnant. But it was like 26 and pregnant.
In the 80s.
And none of them had fathers.
It was a status symbol if you had an answering machine. The 80s were a vomit decade. I would cut the 80s out of history if I could.
Please.
If I became the emperor, I would find the remaining 80s stars that were alive, and I would have them incarcerated, and then I would erase the 80s from the history books. I just say it's...
You said that the 80s are a fluorescent pink lightning bolt through our culture.
I don't know when I said that, but that sounds too... It's a fluorescent pink turd on the floor of our culture. That's when our culture jumped the fucking shark. That was the beginning of the end.
I disagree.
I would erase the 80s from the history books, and I would call it the dark time, and none shall talk of it.
The dark time, but it's all fluorescence.
Yeah, we don't even talk about it. No one. And if you had an 80s party, it would be your lion food. I would have my soldiers go into 80s parties, decapitate everyone at the party, and put their fucking heads on spikes with radios playing "Turn Around, Bright Eyes" attached to the spikes. So you just walk by these fields of heads with fucking Total Eclipse of the Heart playing, and then you would understand how I feel about the 80s. I would gouge the eyeballs out of every single person who lived in the 80s, which would be me. So I guess I can't say that.
The 80s had some really bad songs, I'll admit.
I want to know a good song from the fucking 80s.
Well, there was like a few movements happening.
Name a good song from the 80s.
Anything off of U2 Boy? Or anything off of... Like, there were good albums. All, like, punk rock was spilling over into the 80s. Any Blondie album.
Give me a song.
A song?
From the 80s.
Like
Don't
a hit
look.
Song?
No, since you're such a fan of the 80s, I want to hear.
You should be able to name 50 songs the way you've just portrayed the 80s.
I mean, I just am not really
You
thinking
should
about...
be rolling off your tongue like a DJ, a radio DJ right now. You should be...
Okay, I liked Big Audio Dynamite. Was that in the 80s?
What's the song? Name the song.
Apple Cart.
How did it go?
I don't remember. It was like a...
Huh, why wouldn't you remember that song?
All right, hold on.
Such a good time in music's history.
Wasn't the Clash from the 80s? Wasn't like...
Don't fucking ask me. I wore earplugs through the 80s.
That's because you didn't know about cool music in the 80s. There's like alternative music, like Elvis Costello. Like there was all these good 80s.
The 80s.
The Smiths are
if there
from the 80s.
Ever was a decade
The
to
Cure
go deaf.
is from the 80s.
If there was ever a decade to go deaf, it was the 80s. That's one thing. If you know someone who went deaf in the 80s, you can tell them you've only been deaf for...
Depeche Mode was... Oh, that was more 90s. I'm trying to think. I mean, I was very young in the 80s. So
I know. The point is, you can't name a good song.
Haircut 100. Weren't there like a lot of like alternative pop?
You can't
punk
sing
happening
a good song from the 80s because no song from the 80s made enough of an impression on you.
Billy Idol, he sucked. There was a lot of that like faux.
It's a nice day for
but then there was like the real thing, like David Bowie or
oh wait,
Adam Ant, he was good.
What about the Talking Heads?
They were great.
Devo.
They were great.
Okay, so there were some good ones.
Yeah, you just didn't know about like cool music until you were like in college.
Nice day to start again.
You were more into like movies and horror and cookies.
Yeah, if they had
until you were like 20.
If Keebler Elves came in Billy Idol or in Pink Floyd albums, I would have been a lot cooler sooner. But I managed to climb over the hump. Some music these days doesn't sound that... I mean, music these days is pretty good, actually.
You go on Pandora.
Yeah, there's a lot of good music. There's just too much music now. There's so much music.
I like this band now called Hot Chip. They're good. I put that on Pandora. That's very upbeat. Kind of like dance music.
My friend from the UK liked that stuff.
I like it.
All these... we're sick of... There's two... There's basically only a few good bands that exist. The Holy Sons.
Oh, God.
Sebado.
Oh, God.
Daniel Johnston.
He's good.
And Hawk and a Hacksaw.
I like that. But that's gypsy music. That's like... First of all, you can't say right now that you don't know about that much music. You can't say there's only 3 bands that are worth listening to. That makes you sound stupid.
Okay, well, then I sound stupid. And I'm sure I said 50 things today that made me sound stupid. D. Antwoord. The best. Everything else is now irrelevant.
Well, until you hear it and like it.
And Hot Chip, please.
I like it.
Oh, Queen knockoffs.
It's dance music.
It's Queen knockoffs.
Queen is good.
Queen's the best. Let Queen do what Queen do.
They're not Queen
Hot Chip.
ripoffs,
Hot
darling.
Chip. A beat like that. You know what that is? Kids party music. That's what you play when you're hitting the piñata with your fucking 6-year-olds. If you want to feel life, buy Sebado the Freedweed. Put it in.
What band was the guy from Sebado in?
Fucking Dinosaur Jr.
That band I liked. That was 90s.
Oh,
though.
Lou Barlow. You didn't like any of his other stuff. You don't like the Century.
I like that guy Jay Mascis.
Incredible.
Well, I'm not telling you a secret. I'm not telling you goodbye. That's one of the best songs of the 90s. Yep. Can we please put that on, a video of that? That is so good.
Well,
put that on Go Deeper.
If people...
That's a good song. People might not know that song. That's an excellent song. That's as good as Teen Spirit, which I'm sure I would never listen to now.
Put that on YouTube, and could you please also put on...
it is on YouTube, I'm sure.
Put that on Go Deeper, somebody.
I'm telling you a secret.
Yeah, you know,
it's like emotional, but like poppy. It's so great.
You gotta have guts to listen to good music. Most people don't have guts. They just want to listen to drivel. They want to listen to I don't even know what people are listening to.
As this guy I dated told me a long time ago who liked New Kids on the Block or some retarded band like that.
Dear Christ.
He said, Natasha, some people just listen to music to relax.
Yeah. Some people do a lot of bad things to relax.
Well, he just didn't think of music as like
some people
art.
Some people crush.
It was like I don't know.
Some people pay women to crush baby chickens with high heels to relax. So there's no just because it helps you.
I got to bring up my day job.